I'm Colin Masson, a research director for industrial AI and industrial grade data fabrics for ARC Advisory Group. And today I'm here with Manesh Murali, the COO of Parabole.ai.
Thanks for having me.
Great to have you here. Yeah. Let's start off because I know you,
Right.
and I've worked with you on different approach to AI, and we'll get to that a little bit later on. But just start off by framing what you do for customers, and we'll talk more about which customers a bit later on.
Correct. So the best way to look at us is we are a decision optimization company where our real vision is to help our customers solve very complex, multidisciplinary optimization challenges using causal theory, right? We work with customers in oil and gas, manufacturing, industrial. Our area of expertise lies in optimizing supply chain related decisions, asset reliability kind of areas, employee health and safety, production intelligence. So these are the areas where we feel the applicability of causal AI come into prominence, where traditionally customers used to optimize their functions in silo, right? For example, procurement planning guy been optimizing for hundreds of years, right? But now business leaders are looking at how one decision at the procurement impacts other KPIs across production, maintenance, planning, spares, inventory, logistics. So causal theory allows you to connect multiple domains at the same time and help you use conventional optimization tools to optimize, so that when a business leader looks at from top, he knows that one of the decisions that the supply chain guy took by adding a new supplier or by bringing a new material mix, and how it impacted production planning and how it impacted machine reliability, right? And how it impacted the spares. So the idea is that when you optimize at an enterprise level so that the net resultant is always positive, which was not the case before. Right? The production guys have a very good optimized output, but that negatively impacted the production and other downstream impacts. So the advent of causal theory and with the adoption of the alternate AI techniques.
Yeah, let's explore that a little bit.
Right.
I tend to view you as probably the leader in Causal AI.
Right.
You're the name that I come across most often, at least in the industrial sector.
Sure.
But I think we may need to explore a little bit more. How's it different from GenAI? I'm an advocate of GenAI only being one tool in what we call industrial AI. So one tool in the industrial AI toolbox. But when we did our year-end survey, we asked about a number of other techniques.
Correct.
And one of the other techniques that popped out as really being something that data scientists were looking at in the industrial sector, neurosymbolic AI, I think a little bit further out, but the one that came after GenAI was really Causal AI.
Right.
So can you maybe explain?
Sure. So I think when we look at these various genres of AI, right, GenAI is definitely a great candidate for text-heavy problems to be solved, right? Legal documents, other unstructured information, and then you deliver that through various delivery mechanisms. But now, when you look at data-intensive problems, right, that's where GenAI is a little suboptimal. And that is where conventional classical AI/ML or causal AI are more relevant. Now, I think when you compare, the best comparison in case of causal AI is with classical AI/ML, right? And the real difference here is that in case of the conventional or classical AI/ML, the focus is on the correlation between the two events, right? It just focuses on identifying how they are related. But what helps you in the causal AI is it not only establishes the relationship, but it also helps you understand what causes the other. So when you are looking at any enterprise problem, the idea is here that look at through the lens of what caused what, right? So once you know what causes what, you have solved your problem. So that is where the relevance of causal AI and its applicability in industrial AI setup is more prominent at this time.
So it solves the problem of, with GenAI at least, apart from other things like it may hallucinate or you may, and it's optimized for language models, not math accuracy, but it's kind of a black box, right? You really don't know how it actually made a recommendation or came up with results. So what I'm hearing from you really is that causal AI, because you've got the root cause and the interrelationships, solves the problem of explainability and auditability.
Exactly.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah, absolutely. And you're going the right way. Our fundamental belief is that enterprises are run by subject matter experts, right? And unless you capture that subject matter expertise into your AI modeling process, the model representation is never complete, right? So today, if you look at the classical AI ML and based on data pattern recognition and correlation, most of the insights are already known to the guy who's been running his machine for the last 15 years. He says that I already know. What's new about it, right? Now, that is where causal AI comes in, right? It allows you to ingest your subject matter expertise into the modeling process. Now, if you look at the subject matter expertise, right, it exists in an enterprise in the form of Six Sigma artifacts, interviews, transcripts, a lot of unstructured information around process manuals, procedures, policies, right? So you ingest all of that along with data. So whatever is missing in the data is taken care of by the knowledge, the auxiliary knowledge available. You call it tribal knowledge, you call it institutional knowledge. So that helps you build traceability. That helps you build the complete path of which event impacted the other event, right?
I think the other people will really ask is who's using it and who's already getting value from it. Now, I did some work with Parabole, with Georgia Pacific, right? And Rockwell. We hosted an industrial AI leadership summit, our first, and the hero was Causal AI, right? So I have a reasonable comfort level with what it can achieve, and I could see the benefits, but I could also see the benefits in driving adoption.
Right.
So on the people side, if you can explain a model, and you can see the interrelationships and even experiment with those interrelationships, then it's much. It's not a black box anymore. It's like they understand the logic. Right?
Exactly, and it also reduces the cognitive burden of the operator, right? Today, if it's a root cause analysis kind of a scenario, he spent 5-6 hours looking at collaborating with multiple partners, looking at different data sets. Now, here's a case where a model that's been built on subject matter expertise, which he believes was built by him because it's his knowledge, right? And with data, it gives a complete traceability of what causes what, and also allows him to see the downstream and upstream impact. So, it would probably be good to finish with just a statement on what value, what customers, if you can mention their names, right? Beyond Georgia Pacific that I've already mentioned, what customers are already applying this and what kind of value are they realizing from using Parabole and causal AI techniques? Yeah, we look at it from two lenses, right? One is a quantitative benefit, the other is a qualitative benefit. The qualitative benefit is purely the cognitive burden, right? How can you reduce the cognitive burden of an operator? From a quantitative side, there's a very clear a differential advantage that causal AI is able to create in terms of cost saving, in terms of speed to market, in terms of improving the productivity at a level that never seen before. Just to give you an example.
Decisions?
Say that again?
So I could generalize the response, not general AI, but from my perspective, if I had to sum all of that up, it's really, I think you started off with like decision optimization.
Yes.
So time to make those decisions, accuracy of those decisions, and the fact that
and traceability.
and
Right.
the fact that there's a trust element
Right.
because they trust the root cause analysis and are therefore more likely not to switch it off, but
Correct.
to actually use it.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
I've been talking with Manesh Murali, COO of Parabole.ai. Thank you very much.